So, of course, I'm gonna try to review less so that we can do more of our crane basics. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Bow to Senior Head Instructor.
Bow to apprentice instructor. Oh, wait. Okay, bow to advanced, intermediate, begin. Oh. Soon. 75 jumping jacks.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push-up position.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
First set of 10 push-ups. Do the best you can.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir.
Aye. Oh my goodness. Long ways from 255.
Sorry, what?
That says push-ups are a long way from 255.
What does that mean?
I used to bench press 255.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No worries.
It's big number. I only did max rep.
Yeah. Yeah, well, 255 was my max.
It's not severe. Just like, in case
Second set.
Yes,
you.
sir.
Sir.
Begin.
1,
sir.
2,
Sir.
3,
Sir.
4,
Sir.
5,
Sir.
6,
Sir.
7,
Sir.
8,
Sir.
9,
Sir. 10.
sir.
Last set.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Begin.
1,
Sir.
2,
Sir.
3,
Sir.
4,
Sir.
5,
Sir.
6,
Sir.
7,
Sir.
8,
Sir.
9,
Sir. 10.
sir.
On your backs for piston kicks.
Sir.
First set of 30.
30.
Sorry, 25. Begin.
1, sir. 2, sir.
3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir, 16, sir, 17, sir, 18, sir, 19, sir, 20, sir, 1, sir, 2, sir, 3, sir, 4, sir, 5, sir.
Second set,
Yes, sir.
begin.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir.
Second, last set, wait,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
last set, okay. Begin.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir.
Sit up.
Yes, sir, sir.
Feet straight out in front.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Reach up, bend forward, touch your toes.
Yes, sir.
One, sir. Two, sir.
3, sir.
4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir.
8, sir.
9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir.
1, sir.
Just 20, sir. I think we have to do it in this class literally all the time. Reach up,
Yes, sir.
halfway through the warm-up. Bend forward, touch your toes. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir.
5, sir.
6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. Switch. One, sir. Two, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir.
13, sir.
14, sir. 15, sir.
16, sir.
17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. Bottom of the feet together.
Yes, sir.
Then forward, touch your nose to your toes or as far as you can go.
Yes, sir.
One, sir. Two, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir.
11, sir.
12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. Oh, a seated angle, legs wide apart. Lift yourself up and turn to a right.
Yes, sir.
looks all. Turn and shift to the other side.
Yes, sir.
He's embedding the sweat and tears of past black sashes into the paint of the walls.
Just get a little perspiration.
I'm not gonna tell you what the red is.
Está bien.
Since I can't tell you how we got the walls red, I'll just tell you how Julian and Mr. Hogan got their red pants. Mr. Hogan's got red pants.
Thank you.
I'm just saying.
It does hurt more. School.
Back to the center.
Yes, sir.
One, sir. Two, sir. Three, sir. Four, sir. Five, sir. Six, sir. Seven, sir. Eight, sir. Nine, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. One's, oh, each to one side.
Beginner class, yeah.
Right. And reach to the other side.
Yes, sir.
And back to center.
Yes, sir.
Reach to both sides. Put your head to the floor or as far as you can go.
Sir.
One, sir. Two, sir. Three, sir. Four, sir. Five, sir. Six, sir. Seven, sir. Eight, sir. Nine, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. Last stretch, feet straight out in front.
Yes, sir.
Bend one leg back and lean back.
Yes, sir.
And switch.
Yes, sir.
And stand up.
Twist it out, do any additional stretches. Sir. All right. Now, get your springs ready in your legs. Yeah, yeah. It's fun time. So the benefit, one of the benefits of crane is better sparring. Right? So sometimes a lot of stuff that we do for some people seems useless, or it's like, why are we doing this? How am I learning to do something? What is this used for? You know, one of those guys. So there's a small one of those guys in the back of my head over here, and he does ask me stuff like that sometimes. So when you learn to jump explosively, it also gives you an opportunity to take off running explosively. It also gives you an opportunity to fire explosively, right? Because those are all very similar muscles. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So if you are better at engaging them, like kind of over the top, exaggerated motions like the double high or things like that, it gives you much. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Same with the jumping jacks. When you do, if you do jumping jacks like this, it's just a little ridiculous. It's not necessary, right? We're trying to warm up, get your heart rate going, so it's just like standing here and just doing this, right? It's just small hops. And that gets your fast twitch, right? Because you're just jumping over and over again. And that's why we go faster at the end. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So fast muscles is what we're training now, so jump as high as you can, as fast as you can with the knees tucked as high as you can. That makes a difference. High crane,
High crane.
middle crane,
Middle crane.
low crane,
Low crane.
monkey,
Monkey.
hop, hop, hop. Bow stands left,
Bow stands left.
feet together. Here we go, okay, reset. So while we go through stances these couple times, I'm just gonna emphasize a few things, and then we're gonna get to the new stuff, like I said. So high crane, pressing off of both, tuck up left, right comes out, right? Go ahead, give it a try. So tuck up both. Yeah, so let the left come out. Now, don't be afraid to load up. So when you take that front foot, reach back, that's necessary for a nice, momentous, and quick switch. Reach back. Step back with the right foot. Now, you go for a second. When you step back with the right foot, the same way you put space between your legs for your bow stance is the same thing you'll do for the first part of monkey hop. So I'm not stepping straight back. I'm not going like this. Line on line. I'm going out diagonally so that I can fire this leg correctly. So here, push, up. Give it a try. Let's go. Monkey.
Monkey.
Engage the leg all together, hamstring, quads, and bottom. Push. Hop.
Hop.
Bow stance left.
Bow stands left.
Good. There's space between the legs and good. Step even. Front stance right.
Cross stands right.
Take it down. Clap. Bow stance left.
Bow stands left.
Crane stance right.
Crane stands right.
Dragon stance right.
Dragon stands right.
Keep together. Reset.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now I want to see it one time. Try to think of those things. Reach back to yank. Over time, doing it over and over again gives you the speed that you're looking for. So, say we're going lightning speed, you're like, well, how do I get that yank? Right? Tap, tap, tap. You make it tighter. Right? So exaggerate it for now. High crane.
High crane.
Middle crane.
Middle crane.
Low crane.
Low crane.
Monkey.
Monkey.
Step a little bigger on this one than you feel like you need to. Step a little further out and a little further back. Hop.
Hop.
Bow stance left.
Bow stands left.
Cross stance right.
Cross stands right.
Clap. Bow stance left.
Bow stands left.
Crane stance right.
Crane stands right.
Dragon stance right.
Dragon stands right.
Feet together.
Yes, sir.
Reset. Now, this is one thing you'll most likely not catch me say often. If you're going to halfway train Kung Fu, you might as well sit on the couch at home. So if you're gonna halfway do Kung Fu, you might as well go sit at home. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Because it goes the opposite of your training. So when you train correctly, you go up. When you train either the same or not quite 100% effort, you either go down or you stay the same. So here you can only get your next rank if you go what? Up. So if you do less than your best, you're gonna be here or here, and there's no point in you doing that. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So if you're okay being as good as you want now, you can go sit down, or you can go to the car, or go do your homework, or whatever. But don't give me halfway effort. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Right, sir? And in addition, it hurts my eyes. I don't know why, it just really hurts my spirit. Go sit down. Okay, so 100% effort, tighten it up. Attention, stance.
Yes, sir.
Tight. Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
One last time, really quickly. High crane.
High crane.
Middle crane.
Middle crane.
Low crane.
Low crane.
Monkey hop.
Monkey hop.
Nice. Bow stance left.
Bow stance left.
Cross stance right.
Cross stance right.
Clap. Bow stance left.
Bow stance left.
Crane stance right.
Crane stance right.
Dragon stance right.
Dragon stance right.
Great. Feet together.
Yes, sir.
Much better. Much better. Okay, reset. We're going to get started on the new kicks and blocks that we've been doing. So, the last kick that we did was the crane side kick. Crane side kick. And if, just very quickly, if anybody can remember to remind me to say something about monkey hop before class is over. If you can, if you remember. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Crane side kick. Left foot forward cat stance. Chamber up. We're going to keep the hands chambered and pretend they're glued to the hips. They can't come from this point. Try not to let the elbows go out as well. Everything is here.
Yes, sir.
We're trying to get the core and the legs to do all of our work. Crane side kick. 1. Yes. Oh yeah, I'll say the number. You do both. Back there and back. 2. 3. The more you use momentum, the easier this kick is. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Hey, us. We're working cardio right now, just really quickly. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good. Feet together. Deep breath. In, make the belly expand. Exhale, push it out. Inhale, belly expand. Exhale, push it out. Attention, stand.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Say tay, tie.
Tay, tie.
So now we're going to do swimming crane. Okay? So if you remember, I always give you the analogy of serving a plate of food or receiving a plate of food. If it's nasty, drop it and then pull your hand back by your ear. And then reach out. While you're pulling that one back, this one's coming here. So you're going to turn, drop, and pull by the ear as this one shoots out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, spent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feet together. Oh, was that hard to go fast? Did it feel like flailing a little bit?
It hurts.
It's a little more, it's a little more, it's a little harder. When you turn the toes in and you bend the knees and you have flexibility in your back. Notice this doesn't move, watch. My abs are really engaged on that. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
It's like doing this, washing machine. Have you heard those workouts? Right? Like when you sit on the ground and you do the abs. The washing machine, tap, tap, tap. If you actually just stand and do this, go ahead and do this. Take time. Now twist as fast back and forth as you can. And can you tell your abs are engaged?
Yes, sir.
So that same motion that you're doing now, if I go here, same twist, tap, 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 add the hands. Right, and if the knees are bent, you'll feel it in the thighs and the toes, right? You see that? So that's part of getting your movements in your arms connected to the root you have with your feet. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Very good. And then in the advanced class, we can show you an application for that if anybody ever remembers when they get to the advanced class. Can you tell me after class? That's it. Stand.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
Say hey, hi, hey.
Hey, tie, hey.
Crane outside block. 1. 2. Really tight in with the elbows, really, really close. Extremely close. Not hinge, shoulder, look, not like this. Just here, really tight, in. 3. 4. 5. Look to your hand. 6. 7. Anybody add the cheat hand? Remember? 8. 9. 10. 10. 10. Feet together. Very nice. Now practicing your motions very meticulously the way we do. Constantly thinking about, or constantly trying to keep in mind opposition or a fist, especially doing the outside block. That's how you get things like your cheat hand. And when you practice the cheat hand, you want to make sure that the palm is open. Always want to practice sensitivity and movement of the fingers. Never want to practice like going in like this. Just always come in, across, boom, boom. Fully open the beat before you go to do your block. Does that make sense? Always want to feel palm. This is well, kind of like one of your best friends. When you're in a fight, your palm is where you feel the most. If your eyes were closed and you were a wrestler, that would give you somewhat of an advantage having your eyes closed, because you wouldn't be focusing on what your brain sees them doing, you'd be focused on what you feel. Does that make sense? Same with push hands. When push hands, half the time y'all so close you can't even see each other, so there's no point in trying to look and see what they're doing. Just look past them and feel what they're doing. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
I actually had a friend that did wrestling, and his teacher knew a little bit about push hands, his coach, and they told him about push hands. So he came to me because he wanted to kung fu, and he was like, "My teacher just showed me push hands. Show me push hands. Do push hands with me right now. All those years I thought you were just being weird." Like, no, it's just stand-up wrestling. It's a very similar thing. I said just stand.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
So now we're going to do our crane sweep, which is one we did last week, or we're kind of reviewing. Left foot forward, cat stance. You do not have to be on the ground to sweep for this one, right? So I'm here, I'm going to lift this foot, shift in place, and sweep. Like a kickstand with my heel out, rubbing the heel, pull the toes up. Yes, pull back. Of course, the reason we don't run with the ankle is because we're not round kicking, and we don't want to break our ankle on their leg. If they're standing solid and I go round kick, I'm going to break my ankle, especially if I do it hard. So, make sure you're creating a hook with the toes pulled back. Yes, yes, and let the heel touch the ground first. All right, reset. 1, back. And when I say the number, we'll go there and back. 2, 3, back. Go back. Yeah. Whoosh. So now I'll just say the number, go there and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Feet together. Now, who knows the difference between jumping and either dropping your center or creating a root or sudden root? So it's called sudden root or drop your center. So who knows the difference between jumping and dropping your center? Anybody? Okay, let me show you. So, jumping, if my head is here, my head goes past this point. Right? So if I'm here, I'm going past that point. Does that make sense? Dropping my weight means, or creating a root, a sudden root means my head goes under that point, but my leg still went up like I jumped. Look. So right here in place, does that make sense? So when I say, so when you drop the, or if I was getting ready to take off running, right? So I wouldn't jump like, like not an anime video, right? So I'm not gonna like, jump. I'm gonna drop my weight and take off, right? You ever like, whoa, hey, something's falling off. Oh. That's you dropping your weight and then pushing forward. Does that make sense? So it looks different. So now this is why I'm bringing that up. When we do our cat stand, we do our sweep, we're trying to create as much horizontal or spinning centrifugal force as we can. So we don't want to send our force upward, we want to send it around our body. Look. Look. So when I dropped my center, this foot came up. It wasn't a jump. I didn't do this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So straight from here, I lifted this foot and then turned. And it landed. Does that make sense? So I dropped my center for spun and dropped my center for the sweep. All right, let's give it a try. So now stay in your cat stand. Stay this low. Lift this foot, your right foot, your left foot, turn, sweep, but keep your head where it was. I'm back. Try to be so we're here. Stay this height. Sweep. Yeah. Okay, here. So I just wanted you to know that was, right? Because remember the element of surprise is kind of your name. Right, so if you're standing there testing that, and you start coming with something else, but you catch the leg first. And even if you go, right, there's so many other things you can do after that. Yep. You see UFC, you see those guys that little double kick where they pop that guy in the leg and then do something else, or hit him and then punch him, you know. Follow the 5 parts: faith, respect, perseverance, patience, and humility.
Bow to Senior Head Instructor.
Bow to advanced, intermediate, and beginner level students. Very good job.